Alright everybody, welcome back to the garage. We are working on the bike. As you can see, we already got it taken apart. I went ahead and slipped the fairing off because you guys have seen me do that. Well, did you see me do that? Did I show you guys how to do that? I'll show you when I put it back on. How to take it off. This is the reverse of put it on. But today we are adding some lower fairings on both sides because it's starting to get almost fall, and I ride this thing all year long, so that'll help with some of the cold weather on some of the rides. So it'll help with the rain, getting your pants and your boots wet and all that stuff. So I've already opened the box. I'll show you what we got in the box and put them on. Like I said, I've already opened the box, just make sure nothing was scratched or broken, stuff like that. And plus I was test fitting something to go with them. This is the TCMT ones off of Amazon. They're not like Advan Black or anything like that, but maybe one day we'll get a sponsor. One day. Yeah. Here's one side. I like the packaging on these things is amazing. They wrap it in foam and plastic, and then they keep then they got a really sturdy box. So yeah, this is the back side. Each one does have a pop-up and glove box, which is pretty cool. You can get these with speakers. I didn't get the speaker ones. You can add those later though. As you can see, we were test fitting these. They were saddlebag lights off of Amazon, but they had really good reviews and they said they were really bright. So this is a budget build here, buddy. I think it does look really cool. These will be actually running lights and turn signals. So we're going to unpackage all this and then we'll start installing these. Alright, before you go to start installing these things, pop open your glove box and there's a screw in there in the very back. It's a number 10. It takes off the little cover right here. This little cover comes off. Do not use power tools on these things. It is plastic. Okay. So you got the back cover on. Now you got the screw out. There's one little clamp right here you got to take off, which those are 10mm as well. The only thing I wish that these little nuts on that clamp were lock nuts. Tighten up these two nuts on the clamp. You want to go down there and put this little guy on there. It's like a hose clamp wrapped in plastic to keep it from scratching the chrome, which that's not wrapped in plastic, so I don't know why they didn't do that up there. We're gonna go down to the floor now and then do the bottom one. So you'll need this clamp, and then the nut washer and the lock washer. Like that right there. The washer on the inside. It's a 1/2 inch and then an Allen head on the inside. Alright, what we're doing now is taking these two screws there out, and I'll expose the wiring from where I put those inserts in. Alright. Here's your wiring harness for the lights. You have to run this up to your fairing to where your turn signals attach at. Included is your little jumper harness that you're going to need to run this and all your other lights. That guy right there. We're going to test it out real quick. Holy crap, those are bright. We're going to drill a hole in the back of that box to come out of the back right here somewhere, so I can zip tie the wire to this, come up inside the fairing along this little route right here where this other little wire is at, beside the speaker, and up to this guy. That's what you're trying to get to, is this right here, up here. So I need it to at least reach that, which it should just barely reach that, so I'm gonna do that real quick. I'll drill the hole and I'll come back and I'll show you what all I did when I plug it in. Alright guys and gals, let me show you what we did. So, they do give you enough wiring to run it up. I drilled that hole that was in that back corner out, and then I zip tied it to the crash bar, which I was worried about being able to see it right in here, but you can barely see that one zip tie, and then the cover covers everything else. And it goes up. You will be able to see this portion. So I'll put a zip tie up inside the fairing so you can't see it. And it comes with these little zip tie plates. That's one of them right there. It comes with 6 or 7 of them, so that's pretty nice. It runs up, around the little glove box here, up. It follows the cigarette lighter wiring up, kind of tucked over behind the speaker, which shouldn't affect anything, and then it's plugged in up here, and then you'll plug this one after you put the jumper wire on. You'll plug this into the stock turn signal, which is attached to the fairing itself. So yeah, I put that cover back on the inside right here. We got that tight. This is the little vent that opens, so slides, opens everything up. That is nice. I'm gonna keep that mostly closed. And this thing, you know, that's one good thing about having a black motorcycle, is everything matches when you start adding accessories. This is like a gloss black that goes along with the gloss black on the bike. So yeah, now we're gonna go do that side to match this side. I am literally not going to film that because it is exactly like this side. So we'll come back whenever we get done, put it all back together, and then we'll show you what it looks like. Was there anything I forgot to tell you? Oh yeah, this thing it comes with is a freaking joke. It is not big enough. I've seen on some reviews that some people said that this was not big enough, and then some people said that they had fixed it. They didn't fix it. So this is going to bite you a little bit. I had to rebend it, and just trust me, I had to rebend it. And if you want to buy different ones, you can. Just make sure you put the little rubber piece on the new one so it don't scratch. Yeah, we're going to do the other side real quick, and I'll be right back. I realized I didn't actually tell you how to install the fairing lights on the lowers. These little guys right here. It is super easy though, by the way. I haven't done it on this side yet on purpose. I will show you right now. So you want to get a flat tip screwdriver. And you're going to come in here beside this little cover and then just pop it off. That you don't need. This is what you need to get to. I'm going to go in here and take this little panel off real quick, the same one we did on the other side. Be right back. And you kind of see how it follows that one little clip right there, right there. And you see how it kind of is right next to that last little clip on the bottom, that's because you'll run this through that hole that that's going to clip into. Just push it on through there. All the excess, you're not going to need it right now anyway. Alright, so once all that goes through there, you just slide those 3 little notches in and then just clip it in. Just like that. And it is solid. Nice. I like that little honeycomb mesh right there. It's plastic, but I like it. I just wanted to show you guys that part, how to put them in, because I didn't show that in the first one. So I'm going to go ahead and run all these wires and put them back together, and we'll come back and show you the final result. Be right back. Okay. This is going to be a little bit of a quick rundown on the fairing removal. And I told you about, I would kind of show you how I took it off, but I'm going to tell you what bolts you got to take off and how to be careful how not to scratch your paint. So, alright, whenever you take your windshield off, if you got a road glide, you pretty much know how to take the windshield off. It's just 2 bolts on either side, and the windshield comes off, and then there's a panel, like a dashboard, that snaps off, and then the one underneath also snaps off. You can just set them to the side, and just take your fingers, stick them down in here, and press the speaker grills out. It's only 2 little clips holding those speaker grills in. These little guys, it's 2 little clips. It's not hard. Then there's a screw in each hole. Spiderweb. Then there's a screw in each hole. There's one there, and there's one on the other side. And then there's 2 on either side, but you only have to remove the bottom one. Down here, that's what holds it in. This one here is actually screwed into the inner fairing. It doesn't actually hold the fairing on. And then you got your 1 bolt on either side where your turn signal's at. Take that out. I always take all of them out except for these 2, because that's what holds it up, you know, from falling forward onto your fender and then onto the floor. So whenever I'm taking off, I always leave these 2 to last. Like right now, they're finger tight, just holding everything up there. And then whenever I'm putting it on, I'll start these 2 first on either side to kind of hold it up there. And then I'll start these bottom back 2 on either side. And then lastly, I'll do the turn signal main stud there. It kind of goes into the bracket for the fairing, so it's pretty solid. So yeah. Man, it definitely changes the profile of that thing. Look at that thing now. Look how wide she is. She's thick. I'll go ahead and pop it on here. Actually, I'm going to set you on the tripod so you can see. Hope it doesn't blind the camera. Wow. That is awesome. Look at that. Look how bright that is. If you ever say you cannot see me turning, something is wrong with you. Them suckers are bright. I'm not even fibbing right now. These things can be brighter, but eh. I am no fibbing you right now. That is super bright. Those fairing lights, that is awesome. That changes the way the whole front of that bike looks tenfold. Look at that. That is awesome. I highly recommend doing this to your road glide. The fairing, lower fairings, and the lower fairing lights with turn signals. I will link everything in the description below. So, yeah. we're going to take this thing out for a little test drive around town. See how good it blocks the wind. See how good it blocks the wind and everything. So yeah. If you guys have any questions or comments, as always, down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for us. It helps us out. We appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for the next video.